success will come easy more than anything, simply because you function at your full potential. So Andrew Carnegie said something very simple. See, I can keep my mind focused on something for 5 minutes at a stretch. 5 minutes. Can any of you do it? When Andrew Carnegie started his enterprise, in a short span of time, he became so super successful and made so much money. At that time, okay, this is not the age of Google or Facebook or Twitter where in 2 years they become multi-billionaires and all. Those days, people had to set up manufacturing this and that and make money which would take decades or generations. So this guy made so much money in a short span of time, people suspected, the US government suspected he's doing some malpractice. They set up a Senate investigation committee. So they questioned him in every way possible and they found nothing wrong with his business. Then they asked, how do you manage to make so much money and be so successful? So Andrew Carnegie said something very simple. See, I can keep my mind focused on something for 5 minutes at a stretch. 5 minutes. Can any of you do it? All the senators. They thought, what's the problem with 5 minutes? And he set up an experiment. They tried to keep their attention, they couldn't keep it for a few seconds. One moment here, one moment there, this is the fate of most human beings. So then he said, you should not be running United States. So, human ability, there's something called as chitta. There's a different… see, in English language, mind is mind. Largely you're considering the memory part of your mind as mind. In the yogic system, there are 4 main aspects of the mind. I'll not go into the detail, but the memory part of the mind is of least importance. It's the chitta, which is connected with the consciousness, which is most important. If you find a shape for your chitta, that shape will manifest always, because it's empowered by life-making material which for lack of words we're using the word consciousness, that which is the basis of life. Once your mind is yoked to that, then what shape your mind takes, mind is like a cloud, you can make it any shape. You can make it godlike, you can make it a devil out of it, you can make a pig out of it, you can make whatever out of it, you know? It's a nebulous thing. So what shape you give to your chitta, it will always manifest in the world because it's empowered by life-making energy behind it. So that is the most important aspect of the mind, not the memory. Memory is important to handle the material aspects. After all, an entrepreneur may be just trying to handle material, it's fine, but I would like an entrepreneur's life to become an exciting adventure, where his process of exploring new possibilities become truly new possibilities in his experience, not just economic possibilities. And that possibility is there in an entrepreneur's life, that he can turn his entrepreneurship into a spiritual possibility and a spiritual growth, or growth of the being itself, which I feel everybody should explore. That's why we're trying to bring a spiritual element. Success will come easy more than anything, because success will come easy not because of any magic, simply because you function at your full potential. Now, let's say you want to build a house. If you start thinking, oh, I want to build a house. To build a house, I need 50 lakhs, but I have only 50 rupees in my pocket. Not possible, not possible, not possible. The moment you say not possible, you're also saying, I don't want it. So on one level, you're creating a desire that you want something. On another level, you're saying, I don't want it. So in this conflict, it may not happen. So if life has to happen the way you think it should happen, first of all, how you think, with how much focus you think, how much stability is there in your thought, and how much reverberance is there in the thought process will determine whether your thought will become a reality or is it just an empty thought. The first and foremost thing is, you must be clear what is it that you really want. If you do not know what you want, the question of creating it doesn't arise. If you organize your mind to a certain level of organization, it in turn organizes the whole system. Your body, your emotion, your energies, everything gets organized in that direction. Once all these four dimensions of you, your physical body, your mind, your emotion and the fundamental life energies are organized in one direction. Once you are like this, anything that you wish happens without even lifting a little finger actually. It would help to assist it with activity, but even without doing any activity, you can still manifest what you want if you organize these four dimensions in one direction and keep it unwavering in that direction for a certain period of time. Right now the problem with your mind is, every moment it is changing its direction. It is like you want to travel somewhere and every 2 steps if you keep changing your direction, the question of you reaching the destination is very remote unless it happens by chance. So, organizing our minds and in turn organizing the whole system and these four basic dimensions of who you are right now in one direction, if you do this, anything that you wish will happen. This is very important. More people have access to more money and more wealth and more aspects of life than ever before in the history of humanity. So at a time like this, if our material development, material well-being and wealth is not woven with spiritual awareness, well, this will not work in our favor. In many ways, at least certain parts of this culture demonstrated that in the past, because material affluence was always woven with spiritual practices and spiritual awareness. Because of that, people remain stable. Only now it is changing in this generation, otherwise just 25–30 years ago, if you went to places where the richest people are meeting in this country, you would see the men were always in whites, simple whites. Being wealthy is one thing, but flaunting it in somebody's face and making them feel less than yourself was considered obscene. Never anybody spoke about wealth when they meet. But these days, things are changing rapidly everywhere in the world and also in India. But for long periods of time, generations of people maintained enormous wealth, but still because of their spiritual awareness, wealth did not distort them.
Namaskaram everyone. I hope you understood what Sadhguru said. But in my part, I have to give something. So today, I have bought something very common. Yes, it is very common, available in YouTube, but many of us either do not know about it or we do not use it because we cannot see the results. So before moving forward, just tell me one thing, that why is that 99% people read books like Think and Grow Rich or read books like The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari or Karma written by Sadhguru or Inner Engineering which is also written by Sadhguru. But why is that they actually fail to think and grow rich or inner engineer themselves? Well, every year we make resolutions that I will read this, I will read this, and the list goes long. And actually the interesting fact is they actually read the book, but after reading nothing happens except of motivation. We jump into motivation, but this alone cannot take us anywhere. Why 99% people fail to follow that is written in these books? I have also read millions of books, but do you know, there is one key book which really affected my life, and that was The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari by Robin Sharma. I have read this book nearly 10 times, and every time when I read it, I always find something different. Well, today, before you think something else, I'm not here to promote any kind of book written by anyone. I'm just here to tell you the actual motive of this video. And before moving to the actual motive, I want to tell you something about myself. Now this book, The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, this is the key book that actually gave me direction and brought yoga in my life. And after that, Sadhguru. Yes, this is the book through which I started my journey, and slowly and gradually many things started unfolding. So I think you might also have some key books that would have changed your life, right? It's not necessary always to read thousands of books. Instead, master any one book or any one thing that you think can change your life. Now, back in 2019, when I read this book, The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, for the very first time, it really put me into great thinking. And yeah, that was the time where I still didn't knew who Sadhguru was. But when I followed this book, slowly and gradually, yoga started coming into my life, and through yoga, many gurus also came into my life. But there was something that was still missing. Many gurus came, I learned various things from those, but finally I stopped only in front of Sadhguru. Not because he answered all my questions. Actually, Sadhguru never gave a straightforward yes or no answer for any of the questions. I think you might have also witnessed him. And for the very first time, when I came in front of him through YouTube, back in 2019, I came to know him through YouTube only. So when I met Sadhguru through YouTube, the thing which connected me through Sadhguru was this meditation that is shown right in your screen. Yes, this is the actual thing which I want to present in front of you. This meditation known as Kalpa Vriksha meditation. I will be telling you many interesting things about that. Just wait for few more minutes. Now that time when I met Sadhguru through an online platforms, that time I simply ignored this meditation. But when I started knowing Sadhguru more and more and did inner engineering, again the same meditation came in front of me. Just stay connected till the end. I will be telling you about that. Okay, before moving forward, let me tell you that I am not teaching you this meditation or something. I will tell you some facts about this, which is important to know before doing this meditation. Now, whenever I take the term of meditation, many people start commenting that are you a guru and are you a trained teacher? I will also clarify these statements in the later videos that why I make such kind of videos. So for today, without diverting much, let's get into the point. Well, any idea that in a thumbnail like this, why am I talking about all these? Well, if you have heard Sadhguru in this video, you might have heard what he said. Just listen.
If you organize your mind to a certain level of organization, it in turn organizes the whole system. Your body, your emotion, your energies, everything gets organized in that direction. Once all these four dimensions of you, your physical body, your mind, your emotion, and the fundamental life energies are organized in one direction. Once you are like this, anything that you wish happens without even lifting a little finger actually.
The same thing I read in the books like Think and Grow Rich or The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, that thoughts which are mixed with any feelings of emotion constitute a magnetic force which attracts from the vibration of ether other similar or related thoughts. And this Kalpa Vriksha meditation is actually doing the same thing. I just framed such a lengthy background only to tell you about this meditation. Whatever Sadhguru told or whatever motivation you listen from great people or whichever books you read, they pave a direction in some way. But one should also remember that these are all external things. If you do not act on that immediately, they will just evaporate and disappear, and again you will be left with nothing. But at the same time, if you internalize your feelings of fire, of becoming something through some sort of meditation, it will take you far deep. Now, without further delay, let me introduce you to this meditation, which is known as Kalpa Vriksha meditation, which we were taught personally and is now available for everyone in YouTube and other social media platforms. This meditation not only worked for me and changed my life, but also millions have also experienced the change in their life and found their true goal and actually achieved it. This is a guided meditation by Sadhguru, and as soon as you enter in this Kalpa Vriksha meditation, it will really make you very emotional that you could not understand what is happening with you. Now, this meditation brings your mind to a certain level of organization. Your body, your emotions, and the fundamental life energies get organized in that particular direction where you desire. But before doing this meditation, you must know three things about yourself. First is your goal that you want to achieve within 2 months. Second is your goal that you want to achieve within 2 years. And third is your lifetime goal. And the fourth is your guru. Now, just by listening to the name, don't go and start searching for a guru, or don't just start thinking that who is my guru, who is my guru, I don't have any guru. Now, nothing is going to happen like that. Guru means it can be anyone. either Krishna or Jesus or Sadhguru or your parents or your teachers, anyone whom you think that he is the actual hero of my life. For me, when I did this meditation, of course, I imagined Sadhguru. You have to also do the same. Whoever you want, you can imagine. And now sit in an uncrossed position before practicing it. Yes, this meditation will not be practiced in a crossed leg manner. It will be practiced in an uncrossed manner. Now, once you clearly know your goals for 2 months, 2 years, and your lifetime goal, now sit for meditation. You will start watching that your thoughts, when it get mixed with the feelings of emotions, constitute a very magnetic force which attracts other similar or related thoughts from the vibration of ether or space. And within a week, you will find a difference in yourself and your thinking process. Now, do you know that this meditation also does not work for a whole lot of people? Do you know why? Because they are not consistent. Consistency is the answer. Tell me one thing, what do you do when you are given any chocolate or anything that is your favorite food? We immediately gulp it and finish it off and feel the pleasure. And the same thing 99% people wants to achieve, but with their goal and also in a one day through this meditation. Do you think this can happen? Yes, this can happen if your mind is oriented in certain way. If your mind is totally disoriented, your body and your energies are totally disoriented, can it be happen in one day? No, absolutely no. How can you think this? For this meditation, I already told that you need to know about your goals for 2 months. At least practice for 2 months. Before practicing that, how can you imagine that in one day only everything will be over? No, it can't. So, if the thing does not happen according to our way, we simply declare it as a trash or even don't try it for a week or for a month or for 2 months. And this is the reason that only one person achieve what they want in their life. The only answer is there. Consistency in doing the same thing every day without seeing the results. Has anything happened in a day or two? This will not work. Now, why did I talk about this meditation? Simply because 2024 is coming. Not even 30 days are left. Just decide your goal and make up your mind energies to work towards that through this meditation. If you don't do any meditation practice, at least give it a try. It will work best for you. Meditate on what your true calling is and how you can give yourself to others. Stop being a prisoner of gravity and today itself light your spark of life and let it blaze brilliantly. Decide whether you will become 99% or that 1% of the people. Just start applying principles and strategies that you have learned till now towards your goal. Be all that you want to be. Hurry up, don't waste another year. So, I hope you loved this video and found it meaningful. And if yes, do not forget to give it a like, share and subscribe. Up to next, stay safe, healthy, happy and namaskaram.